Hello friends, good morning. So generally on my channel you would find videos related to Geeks for Geeks and Lead Code and all that kind coding related stuff. So this is a very special video. I'm recording this video since I cracked the Ielts exam with a band score of 7.5 in the very first attempt, and without spending any single money on coaching or purchasing any resources or test series. So I thought that I need to pass over this knowledge to my community, and I would like to share my strategy, how I cracked the IELTS within 15 days. So I had not done much preparation, and I'm also a general English user. I'm not a professional English speaker and user. So I do not write poems and all kind of stuff. So I generally talk in English. That is the simple thing at my work and workplace and all that kind of stuff. So let me quickly move to the particular video. So I believe that if I can do it, you all can also do it, and in the very first attempt, because we know that IELTS exam fee is too much, right? It is around 16,000. So we cannot afford a second attempt. So let's try to crack it in first attempt itself. So let me share my strategy with you. So yeah, IELTS exam. So this is my results. So in listening I scored 9.0, 9 on 9 band. In reading I scored 7.5 bands, and in writing I scored 6.5 band, and in speaking I scored 7 band. And my oral band score was 7.5 as I mentioned. And the CEFR level. So what is CEFR level? It is a European standard for English, and it was C1. So I have attached the snip for you in the downside. So here you can see that C1 means you are a proficient user, and yeah, it is a tag associated when you get the result. So without wasting your time and my time, I would like to make this video very quickly, and I want to be more specific about each and every sections. So since I gave the computer based test, there would be some differences related to the pen and paper test. Okay, so computer based tests are the results you receive within 2 to 3 days of from the day when you gave the test. So the result is very quick, and yeah, it was somewhat convenient, rather than, see, if you are good at writing and your handwriting is too much good, then you can definitely go with pen and paper test. But since my handwriting is not very good, so I preferred computer based test. So there are lots of advantages of also computer based test. I would cover that in separate video. So let me move through. So yeah, as an exam overview, we all know that it is consists of 4 sections: listening, reading, writing and speaking. Let's move on to the deep dive of each section. So this is the listening section. So in computer based test, you get 30 minutes, and you get 2 minutes to review your answers. So what is this? So you would get an audio script which would be playing, and you would get an headphone. So you need to listen to the questions, and you will need to type the same in your computer, right? So there would be probably 4 sections, 10 sections each. And what would be the type of questions? So there would be normal conversations between a hotelier and a hotelie who wants to book a room, or who wants to reserve a seat, who wants to book a party, or some kind of such questions. And there would the most important thing is there would be some tricky questions related to maps also. So you need to be a good listener, and you need to understand the accent in which they are speaking. So generally it is an UK accent. So you need to practice some listening tests, and all of that stuff I would provide in the description below, what tests you need to do and how you need to do. So this is the basic overview of the listening section. Next, moving forward, in reading we get 60 minutes, you get 3 paragraphs, and questions may vary. So why I am writing questions may vary? So it may be possible that in the first paragraph you get 15 questions, in second paragraph you may get 10 questions, and in third paragraph you may get on the remaining questions. So generally there would be total 40 questions. Okay, and you would be judged on the basis of your band score would be the score which you receive out of 40 questions. So what would be the type of questions? There would be true or false question. It can be yes, no, not given questions. So there would be statements, and you need to answer whether the statements are present in paragraphs or not, and some fill in the blanks questions. So the very important part or tricky part is that you would not be given a single paragraph. There would be bunch of 10 paragraphs in a single paragraph, embedded in a single paragraph. So it would be some kind of a newspaper editorial or a journal column, wherein there would be deep dive of any topic, and you need to answer them. So first you need to read carefully, and then fill up the blanks and all of the stuff. And also you need to read the instructions properly. So you would receive some kind of blanks where you need to fill the words in, fill single word. Some you would have to fill numbers. So instructions reading is very important. So this is the main crux of reading. and yeah, you could receive a band score of 8 and above in reading also. So listening and reading are the most scoring part, because here there is no manual intervention, right? You are there and your computer is there. Now the next part, which is writing. So writing is very important, and in this story I got 6.5 band. Yep, I think it was bit lower, I don't know why, but the time allowed is again 60 minutes. So there would be two essays. You need to write two essays. The first would be the, I would say, chart essay, or you need to describe the charts. There would be you would be given some charts or some line graph or some pie chart, etc. And you would be, so you, once you go through each of the sections, you can find lots of many details about the same. So you would be given 20 minutes for completing the first essay and 40 minutes for second essay. So second essay is very important. So in that you would have to express your opinion, that what you believe, and whether you disagree or agree with the point, and you need to give some examples. So deep dive in each of the sections I will cover in the upcoming video, but this is basic overview. And yeah, in writing I scored a 6.5 band, which is bit lower. I think you can score 7 and above if you have good practice of writing. Next is speaking. Again, a very important section. Speaking, if you do not know to speak English, then you cannot get a good, very good band score. So in the time allow, yeah. So speaking test is generally scheduled 2 or 3 days before your listening, reading, and writing test, and it is generally of 15 to 20 minutes. So yeah, it is distributed in 3 sections. The first one being the introduction, the second one being the cue card. So what is cue card? So in cue card you get a card from the interviewer, and you need to describe the, describe it and speak it till 2 minutes. So it is just a test of your fluency and your vocabulary, how much you are repeating your words, and this is all the check. And in the third section it is a deep dive. So somewhat they would ask you more questions on the cue card which you received, and similarly some more deep dives. So it is a test of your fluency only, nothing else, and it would not be more than 20 minutes, I guess. So this is all about Ielts and general overview. Now how I how I did it in 15 days. This is very important. So the main part of the video starts now. So I practice listening tests every day. So we need to get accepted to the British section, right? Because in the audio script which would be played would be in completely different accent than the way we Indians speak. So it is very necessary to give listening tests every day. So I would provide you the link of the test which you can practice. Similarly for reading, yeah, in reading I think you can give maximum of 5 to 6 tests and get a rough idea how would be the actual paper be. And you can see, reading completely depends on your ability to find out the keywords from the passage. And reading comprehension we have been doing since our basic since our junior classes, right? So that would much more depend on one's ability to find out keywords from the passages. So reading I would not focus, you should not spend much time. Listening, yeah, you can practice 5 to 10 tests or tests every day. Similarly for speaking, yeah, speaking, find up a buddy, find up your friend who is a good speaker in English, and you can practice for 15 minutes and various sections. So it is very important to practice English, yeah, because unless you practice English you would not get fluency in English, and you cannot judge yourself. Or yeah, you can judge yourself. You start the speaking part, record yourself on in mirror, and then rehear the conversation. So yeah, it would be good to find up a peer person, and you can find a lot many people on the you in the Telegram channel. Also you can find lot many people. Finally it is writing. So in writing you need to have good essay writing skills, and for that I would suggest you to go through 2 or 3 tests and the format in which you need to write the essay. That would be enough for the writing test. But yeah, you need to practice 4 to 5 essays in each part. So part 1 5 essays, part 2 5 essays, opinion based essay you need to practice, and you need to identify the pattern. So that is very much important. So finally I am ending this video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. I would provide all of the materials in the description, and like the content also. And in upcoming videos I would try to deep dive into each section, and I would try to highlight my strategy for the same. But yeah, you can, if I can do it, you can do it, and in without spending a single amount of penny. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe.